There are moments in royal history that transcend tradition and touch the hearts of millions. And July 16 in the Spanish town of Marín gave the world one such unforgettable moment, a scene painted not only with military grandeur but with raw, unfiltered emotion. All eyes were on Queen Letizia, whose poised elegance belied the pride and deep emotion surging within her as she stood silently watching her husband, King Felipe VI, bestow upon their daughter, Princess Leonor, the Grand Cross of Naval Merit. But what no one expected that day was the tender, unprecedented break in royal protocol that would electrify the crowd, stir headlines across Europe, and symbolize far more than a ceremonial milestone. It signaled a passing of the torch, a father's love, and a nation's hope wrapped into one symbolic gesture. The Naval Military School in Marín, a fortress of discipline and decorum, rarely witnesses breaches in royal protocol. Yet on this summer day, the stillness of formal tradition was briefly pierced by something more powerful than the strictest military ceremony: paternal emotion. As the Spanish anthem echoed and uniforms glistened in the Galician sunlight, King Felipe stepped forward with gravity and honor, performing his royal duty to decorate his daughter with the Grand Cross. Princess Leonor, clad in the pristine white of the Spanish Navy, stood tall, her expression stoic, composed, befitting her growing stature not just in the military ranks but also in the hearts of her countrymen. But it was what followed next that left even the most seasoned observers holding their breath. Instead of maintaining the usual formal reserve expected at such an occasion, King Felipe leaned forward ever so slightly and, in a moment that needed no words, broke protocol by exchanging an affectionate, deeply symbolic look and gesture with his daughter. This wasn't merely a military rite, it was a father acknowledging not just duty but destiny. A king honoring the heir to his crown not just as a future monarch, but as his daughter, his pride, his legacy. Queen Letizia, standing just a few paces behind, did not move. Her eyes fixed on the scene unfolding before her. Yet her silence spoke volumes. It was the kind of moment that royal watchers dream of capturing, a fleeting, unscripted intersection of public duty and private sentiment. Letizia's gaze shimmered with pride, perhaps even awe, as if fully grasping the magnitude of what Leonor had become, not just the girl she raised, but a young woman poised to someday lead a nation. And she did not blink. She stood motionless, as if imprinting every second of this royal rite into memory. For Leonor, this Grand Cross is more than a medal. It is the crown's acknowledgement of her readiness, a stamp of trust from both monarchy and military, a signal that she is no longer merely the daughter of a king and queen, but a pillar of Spain's future. The path that has been paved for her has not been walked lightly. From her rigorous training at the General Military Academy in Zaragoza to her upcoming educational chapters, Princess Leonor is shaping into a symbol of a modern Spanish monarchy, balanced, relatable, and prepared. And this ceremony crystallized that evolution for the world to see. The Grand Cross of Naval Merit is one of the highest distinctions awarded to members of Spain's armed forces. It is rarely given to royals, and when it is, the ceremony is typically bathed in formality. That is why this moment stood out so vividly. Philippe's break with protocol wasn't merely a symbolic nod to his daughter, it was a message to Spain, to Europe, and to those who have doubted the relevance of monarchy in the 21st century. It said, "The future is here, and it wears a naval uniform." From a broader historical lens, royal traditions have always relied on repetition and symbolism to reinforce legitimacy. But today's monarchies must also evolve to survive. Felipe, a man known for his discipline and adherence to protocol, knows this better than anyone. So when he allowed that personal moment to pierce through the pomp and ceremony, he was showing his people a monarchy that still has heart, that feels, that adapts, and in doing so, he may have just reignited emotional loyalty in a time of political apathy. Leonor, now 18, has proven herself to be far more than a ceremonial figure. In the past year, she has balanced her military training, public appearances, and academic responsibilities with grace that rivals seasoned royals across Europe. She has begun speaking at public engagements, shaking hands with confidence, and addressing crowds not just with prepared speeches, but with presence. This ceremony in Marín was not a coming out, but a coronation in spirit. Queen Letizia, long admired for her modern approach to royalty and her protective instincts toward her daughters, must have felt the culmination of years of preparation crystallize in that moment. The pride in her eyes was not just maternal, it was national. She knew, perhaps better than anyone, what Leonor had sacrificed, endured, and achieved to arrive at this very place. Her role as queen may often be understated compared to her husband's, but Letizia has long been the architect behind her daughter's rise, guiding, correcting, and elevating her without ever overshadowing her. And in this moment, the fruit of that guidance shone like the cross that now glimmers on Leonor's chest. Across social media, the images of the ceremony went viral within hours. Spanish citizens from every region commented not just on the beauty of the event, but on the emotions that bled through the screen. In a world where authenticity is rare, the Spanish royal family had offered a glimpse of their most human side, at a time when public trust is more valuable than ever. Many royal commentators and experts from Madrid to London were quick to note the historical weight of the moment. This wasn't just about Leonor receiving a decoration, it was about Spain showing the world that its future queen is not only ready, but worthy. Some compared the moment to when then Prince Charles was invested as Prince of Wales in 1969, while others said the father-daughter exchange surpassed even that in emotional impact. For King Felipe, who has ruled Spain with a steady hand through turbulent times, including political fragmentation, regional independence movements, and waves of republican sentiment, this was a high point of his reign. It was a day where protocol gave way to progress, and where monarchy felt not imposed but earned. Leonor's expression throughout the ceremony was unflinching. While her parents' eyes brimmed with emotion, hers were fixed, her composure intact. It was the face of someone who understands the magnitude of responsibility without being crushed by it. It was the look of a future monarch already beginning to wear the crown in spirit, if not yet in title. As Spain looks ahead to the next chapter of its constitutional monarchy, all eyes will continue to be on Leonor. Her path will not be easy. The expectations are immense, the scrutiny constant. But if this ceremony was any indication, she has inherited not just her father's royal blood, but also his devotion, his discipline, and most importantly, his trust. Queen Letizia's quiet dignity, King Felipe's emotional break in tradition, and Leonor's rising star combined to create a royal spectacle unlike any other. But it wasn't the uniform, the medals, or the military pageantry that made it unforgettable, it was the human heart behind it all. A family, standing tall, under the gaze of a nation, letting emotion do what no crown ever could, inspire. And now, we turn to you. After witnessing such a powerful and emotional royal moment, what do you think this means for the future of Spain's monarchy? Will Princess Leonor's rising popularity help modernize and preserve the crown in a changing world? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this historic day.